Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Richard Elvin. I'm a councillor in the northeast of England. I'm leader of the group on our town council, and in fact I'm leader of the council, have been since January 2017, when we actually managed to take control of the town council and start sorting things out, the mess that our Labour forebearers had left. So we do work hard up in the northeast, although we often are the forgotten region. Except, of course, when we came to have the declaration last year, because you know that, sorry, in 2016, because you know Sunderland has a reputation for always declaring first. Well, we were ready to declare first. We had to wait an hour before the declaration was made, because the Labour masters in the northeast didn't like the idea of the first vote being for leave, and so we had to wait until until Newcastle declared their vote, so we could let the people of the nation down gently. Well, that was absolutely disgraceful. But anyway, so we didn't make it first time at the Brexit election. Anyway, UKIP is the party that campaigns for unconditional withdrawal from the EU. By withdrawing from the EU, we can control our borders and the amount of immigration we permit. The mere mention of the words controlled immigration tends to send media into a frenzy. The great majority of British people, however, would agree that immigration levels are far too high for our relatively small island, and most would agree it is already overcrowded. The problem, as we all know, started with Mr. Blair in 1997 and has progressively got worse. Net migration peaked in 2016 at 336,000, 2017 282,000, and last year 273,000. These levels just aren't sustainable. The pressure on school places are horrendous. We have all heard of siblings who cannot attend the same school. Our doctors, dentists and hospitals cannot cope. In my area, you can wait up to 3 weeks to get a GP appointment. There is a chronic shortage of social housing, and Labour's disastrous attempt at resolving it through the innocuous bedroom tax is a catastrophic failure. That's one of the first things that UKIP would scrap. The first and major step to controlling immigration is to leave the EU. If we don't do it, we can't control it. It's that simple. UKIP are not alone in suggesting we need to control immigration. Under pressure from a surging UKIP, David Cameron and the Conservatives pledged to reduce it to the tens of thousands a year. In May 2015, David Cameron said in a speech after winning the election, "So while a strong country isn't one that pulls up the drawbridge, it is one that controls immigration. That's what people of all backgrounds voted for, and they were right to do so." I think he lifted that straight from the UKIP manifesto. He also went on to say, uncontrolled immigration can damage our labour market, push down wages. Working people want a government that is on their side, and people are fed up with the system that allow those who are not meant to be in the country to remain here. Again, all words taken straight from the UKIP manifesto. We've been making these points for years and have often been vilified by the media for doing so. We must leave the EU. Our policy is to have an Australian-style points-based immigration system, temporary immigration for workers with skills that our economy needs, and we need to develop our border force into a migration control department. We would not allow migrants to claim public housing or benefits until they've been paying into the UK tax system for 5 years. And we would rescind the UK's assent to the Barcelona Declaration of 1995 and the Marrakesh Declaration of 2018. By contrast, the latest policy on immigration for the Labour Party was outlined by Diane Abbott in a speech in 2018, when she unveiled plans to make it easier for people from the west of the world to come to Britain and for low-paid workers to get easy access British citizenship. It's a hot potato, immigration, but I always like to quote from L.B. Johnson, the former American president, when he introduced his immigration policy. And I think these are very wise words. He said, "From this day forth, those wishing to immigrate to America shall be admitted on the basis of their skills and their close relationships to those already here. This is a simple test, and it's a fair test. Those who can contribute the most to this country, to its growth, to its strength, to its spirit, will be the first that are admitted to this land." I always think they're very wise words. I'm very proud to have been selected to be on the list for the North East, and I'm also very fortunate to have two other candidates who are hard-working UKIPers, been here since the dawn of time, and I'm sure we'll make a very effective team, and we should be doing our best to put the UKIP message out to the forgotten region of the North East. Thank you.